Hey everyone. So the project in which I am presenting is the conflict of parents' influence in the academic success of adolescents. And just as the slide shows, how parent involvement affects student academic achievements. Through research and things I've learned over the months, I've come to argue that parents need to be more involved in their child's education in order for their child to achieve academic success, because academic achievement is a major milestone in a child's life, as well as teachers have expressed the need for further parent involvement, and including those two things, another one is parental influence is key to the success of students of any social situation, like of any culture or ethnicity or race. Like all variables are needing needed to be considered when talking about parental influence in schooling. And the audience of which I'd like to present this to is a woman named Jeannie Stockdale. She is the president of the Utah Parent Teacher Association, and I feel like this is a crucial person to present this to because, from my personal experience, I found that the Parent Teacher Association focuses a lot on fundraisers and prom and things like that rather than the academic side of education and public schooling. And so I feel like this presentation and this project idea is going to, matter a lot more and is going to be a lot more effective to bring awareness and to show a problem that might already been known of, but also considering other variables as to, why parents aren't involving themselves or how big of a problem it is. So to further discuss this problem, through my research, I found a poll in a survey taken. And it was taken nationwide, including approximately 1,000 teachers, which is a pretty accurate survey. And it explained that 76% of the teachers said in this survey or poll that less than half of their students um, and their students' parents are involved in their classrooms. So less than half of their students' parents are involved in the teachers' classrooms, according to 76% of these teachers across the United States. And it also expressed later on in when dissecting the poll that overall teachers are definitely not happy with the lack of parent involvement, and they really wish that they were more inclusive in their kids' educational situation. And that's huge because teachers are the ones who are influencing the kids and teaching the kids, and they're saying, hey, these kids need to learn, and in order for them to learn, they need to have the backup and support from their parents. And according to this information, they're not getting that backup. To further explain this conniption found in the United States when it comes to education and parent involvement, I found a article by Jacqueline Exeles and Raina Harold titled Family Involvement in Children's and Adolescent Schooling. And this article is extremely informative and very resourceful. It explained that both teachers and parents think collaborative involvement in children's education is important. And yet, at the same time, there are so many factors that are definitely limiting parent involvement. The article also dived in and discussed the differences between parent involvement in general versus school related parent involvement, because I feel like a lot of people view parent involvement being like, yeah, these parents are, their kids' guardians, they raise them and everything like that, and that is crucial and that's, very valid in the United States. But lots of parents don't understand that once their kids are going into school and once they're going into, learning education and growing academically, they need to continue to have school related parent involvement. They need to be able to have good communication and understand their teachers, know what they're teaching, know what the school administration is providing, and being able to be connected with their child as well in knowing what homework their students are having and being able to read to them at night, and just simple things like that, and not just taking care of them as their child, but taking care of them in their school related functions. To continue with this idea, parents aren't involving themselves in their child's school and communicating with teachers for various reasons, and lots of things that I found through study and research is because of the conflict of cultural diversity and ethnic backgrounds that are different, and make it hard for parents to be able to communicate with school administration. The article that I found in particular by Deborah Malone, who is an author of multiple articles concerning potential challenges for parental involvement in schools, she expresses the opinion that culture is a potential challenge. She expresses the opinion, that culture is a potential challenge to educators in providing parent involvement that is positive. And as I've quoted her on the screen, without effective training, educators may not be able to recognize and encourage forms of parent involvement that have a strong cultural basis or influence. So, different and unique cultures in the United States cause educators and teachers and school administration to struggle with involving parents because of different views and understandings. I mean, the United States is known as a melting pot. We're from everywhere, and people have so many different family cultures and backgrounds and customs that communicating with one another when it comes to their child's education has become a problem, and that's another variable to consider when understanding that parents are not being involved with their child and their child's education as they should be. The article also discusses that children need the parental support when learning, especially if they're not used to the type of learning methods used in regular public schooling. So because they're from different backgrounds and they understand things differently, they need the parental support that much more. And so parents who are feeling, constricted or hesitant to involve themselves because of how different it is, it makes it harder for the student to succeed academically and have educational achievement because the parents aren't involving them in the way that they should be. So like in every argument and every conniption discussed in the United States, there are lots of perspectives concerning this issue and lots of counter views. One in particular is that some perspectives believe that parents do not need to be involved in their child's education because students succeed based off individual effort. An article I found discussed that students thinking about the relationship between effort and ability can influence their motivation, and affect their academic achievement. And I can see that individual effort and motivation is key to a student's personal success. I mean, a student can't do well unless, they believe they can do well. And that is very crucial and important. But at the same time, I feel like it's not key and number one, because as shown in an article by Ali Kamal Tenkin from Sultan Qaboos University, it is lucidly shown that parents are considered to be the most important primary role models in their young children's immediate surroundings, especially when it comes to an academic environment. Personal motivation and hope in accomplishing great things educationally come from the parents' influence and encouragement. So minors and adolescents in elementary school through high school have yet to develop personal motivation without support due to the adolescent age and lack of experience and future perspective. That is why teachers are asking for more parental involvement, because it causes the student to succeed rather than trying to find educational fulfillment from doing it alone without support. So motivation is key in students succeeding, but at the same time, the most important thing that comes through that motivation is their parents encouraging them and helping them along the way. So, after all these things that I've mentioned, I want to conclude with all things considered, evidence has shown that parental influence is crucial in a child's positive academic performance. I mean, tons of teachers have said in polls and surveys nationwide that parental environment is vitally needed in order for a student to reveal higher academic improvements. As I've shown in this presentation, variables such as ethnic diversity, as well as things like poverty, have shown to restrict parents from being supportive. Yet it is crucial for not only their educational achievements, but their mental and emotional well-being. Parents must be more involved in their child's academic situation in order for students in elementary through high school across the United States to have more opportunities to progress academically.